We're here to talk about the connection between our work and our faith. But what is that connection really all about? I think that there are many dimensions to it. Let me just mention a few. One is obviously when we are at work, we are at a place where many people are not involved in church. Maybe the only expression they see of the God that we love and serve, of the Jesus that we follow, is in our lives. How can we use our lives and our place at work as a witness to others around us? That comes through ethical behavior. It comes through caring about other people. It comes through sharing our faith when that's appropriate. Is that it? As important as that is, there are some other things as well. For example, we earn our living often through our work. How does God want us to use our resources? Are those resources of benefit to the kingdom of God? Can we use those in support of our family, in support of our church, in support of missions activities? For sure. So there's another dimension, how we use our resources. Sometimes God uses our work to shape us. It can be difficult, it can be challenging. And the question is, um, what is God doing in our lives to prepare us for what he wants for us? So these are some examples of how God might connect our faith and our work. But is there more than that? And I think there is, because I think the work itself matters to God. You see, back in Genesis chapter 2, God says that he had developed his creation, but he said, but there was no man to work it and take care of it. God assigned us to take care of his world. And we take care of that through providing for products and services that meet great needs. We provide that for creating opportunities for other people to work. And through our work, the work itself matters. Now, I can hear some of you saying, yeah, but you don't know about my work. It's difficult, it's dirty, it's tiring. I don't see a purpose. Why don't you step back and reflect on what God might have for you, even in that work? You see, the Bible is actually filled with illustrations of people at work. Look at Joseph. He had a very difficult job. Certainly, his time in prison was tough, where God was working on him. But his job in shaping a food industry that saved the world was a part of God's assignment for him, and Joseph recognized that. Or we might think of Esther, who found herself in the palace, and her work was a part of saving the Jewish people. And you might say, well, my work is not that noble. I'm not building an industry or creating a policy in the government. But maybe what you're doing in a small way reflects what God has for you. You see, in Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, it says, seeing that you're surrounded by this great cloud of witnesses, these are the Old Testament narratives of people at work in the Bible. He said, first of all, lay aside the sin that affects you. Each of us should say, this is not about me. How do I serve God in the place where he has me? But secondly, how do we then begin to say, and what does this mean for the kingdom of God? I had a friend who was involved in the services industry, and they hired janitors to do work in the hospitals. You could think of that as dirty work, bedpans, cleaning up after patients, scrubbing the floor. Is there anything meaningful and purposeful in that? Well, what they did is they helped people understand the purpose and meaning of that work by bringing doctors and nurses in to talk to the janitors and ask the question, you know, the work you're doing is not just cleaning the floor. You're helping the patient get well. I'd encourage each of us to spend some time thinking about the particular work that we do and ask, how is that work meaningful for others, meaningful for the kingdom of God? And then begin to see that, yes, the work itself also matters to God. These are some of the topics that we are going to be developing as we discuss the Faith and Work concept and how they come together in this Faith and Work Summit. I look forward to talking further with you.